I'm running some tests today with my Starlink Mini EcoFlow River 3 using USB-C power. It's a 100-watt power port on that, and comparing that to my AC port on the same EcoFlow River 3. And I think I'm winding up with more questions than answers. So let's get into it. I'm Jason Hoffman. My goal is for you to help me have the confidence to just press go live with the Starlink Mini. So I'm running these tests, and what I'm finding, or what I'm comparing it to, every time that I have used it in the field, every time I've run tests on it, setting it up, I'm getting a consistent 6, sometimes 8 megabits per second upload speed. Now that's served me well. I'm streaming live to YouTube. I'm running it through HEVC, so I don't have to have really high upload speeds. I can live, okay, so I'm setting it at 1080, 1200 kilobits per second to 6000. That's the preset in my streaming rate. When you press the live button, and we'll do a screen grab of that so you can see it. So turn that screen grab on. It's recording, or, oh, not live. Yeah. Stream settings in the live, and it's 1200 to 6000 kilobits per second. That's 1.2 megabits per second, all the way up to 6 megabits per second, give or take, whatever the conversion is there. HEVC is turned on so that it kind of cuts that in half. And so I'm needing 3.5 maybe megabits per second upload speed, and it's giving me 5 to 8. Okay. But I keep hearing that if you plug it into AC power instead of USB-C power or USB power, that you're going to get more. It's 110 volt versus 5 volt. It should, whatever. And as I'm running my tests, I think it does make a difference. I really thought we were going to debunk this. I thought this was going to be one of those where, like, okay, folks are imagining this. So my pre-today tests or observations have been 5, maybe 8 megabits per second up. Whenever I get this plugged into AC power, and now I did that 2 different ways. I did that AC power with the internal router and AC power with the external router. When I ran AC power, my upload speeds would dip as low as 8, but I ran 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 speed tests over the course of the next 30 minutes. And I used both the Starlink speed test and the Ookla speed test app while the internal router was on. And yeah, that's true, while the internal router was on. And I'm getting 16. And then 8, and then 10, and then 10, and 11, and 10, and 12, and 14, and 18 megabits per second upload using AC power over the course of several speed tests in a 30-minute window. Are you seeing the same thing? Is that the kind of results that have you paid attention to the upload speed test of your Starlink if it's plugged into lower voltage than if it's plugged into a 110? I'm asking that question, hoping folks can give some feedback here, because I want to give myself the best possible results, right? So I tested with the internal router, then I plugged my Slate travel router in to see if that makes a difference. Now I left the internal router on at first, just let the Slate take data from the Starlink Ethernet jack and put it into my WAN port on the Slate travel router and run speed tests. And I'm getting very similar results plugged into the AC port. My download speed is actually better through the Slate travel router than it is through the internal router, and I don't know what the difference is there, but consistently it was higher. But running the Slate kept that upload speed elevated over the internal router. Running the Slate with the Starlink powered by AC power kept that elevated upload speed, seemed to increase my download speed. And then I turned the internal router off and just let the Slate be everything. Now that's called bypass mode in the Starlink app, and it is it's a do it if you're sure, because it says it takes a factory reset at the Starlink Mini in order to reverse that, in order to turn bypass mode back off so the internal router comes back on. There is a factory reset option in the app. I haven't tried it yet. I'm hoping that works and I don't actually have to find the place to, stick something in order to factory reset the Starlink Mini. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So far, I'm very pleased with turning the internal router off. I can still see the alignment in the Starlink app. I can still see software updates in the Starlink app. All the things that I can normally see, except the network. Okay, so that's the only thing I lost. I'm good there. I'll use my Slate travel router. I'll use my new Slate, my new GL.iNet Wi-Fi 7 router as soon as I get the kinks worked out of it. Pre-ordered that one myself and got it in last week, and I'm fired up to start testing that as soon as possible. We're going to get that paired with the Starlink. It's a Wi-Fi 7 router. I don't have devices that will connect to, that will make use of the speeds of Wi-Fi 7, but I'm hoping we can stretch the field a little bit with Wi-Fi 7 as compared to Wi-Fi 6. Obviously, we'll get some overlap in the bands that they use to get some more stable connectivity across the infield. I'm fired up about that, but that's not this video. So then my goal was to, after I turned bypass mode off, go back and test the test the Starlink with USB-C power. When I did that, and I still have my EcoFlow sitting inside my case, and the case lid fell over and 45'd my 45 my USB-C jack on my Starlink cable, and now I can't get power out of my Starlink cable for USB-C. Blast! That's not good. So I didn't get to finish the test to see what kind of difference there is in USB-C power versus AC power, but I saw enough that I'm pretty sure, even though I take a hit in battery life when I turn the AC power on the EcoFlow, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to stick with because I'm not streaming all day like so many of you are. Now this EcoFlow will charge from 0 to 100% in less than an hour if I have access to a wall plug. If I can plug it into Juice, it'll charge up fast. So maybe it still works, but I'm going to get the higher speed if I possibly can. Because I'm on Starlink Mini, I'm on the Roam plan, 50 gigs for $50 a month, and they go ahead and let you know you're not going to get the highest speeds. And so I'm going to make the best out of the speeds I get. I'm going to wait that 15 minutes after I start it up because it takes about 15 minutes, it says, for everything to stabilize before I start streaming. And then I'm going to use AC power, I'm going to use AC power to make sure I'm plugged in. I'm going to use my Slate travel router because so far it looks to me like that's given me the best results. I just want to see if I'm crazy or not. Please let me know if you're seeing something different or if what we're seeing is placebo and we just need to forget all this craziness because it may not be based in reality. But I would love to know what your input is on Starlink Mini, USB-C power, versus 110 power versus AC power. Can't believe I killed that cable. What a day. Man, oh man. Thanks for watching.